Hello, welcome to another software developer profile review. My name is David. I am a software developer with over 20 years of experience. I've also managed international recruitment teams. I want to show you all the mistakes that people make when they present their profiles, when they apply for jobs, what recruiters see and why they might be rejecting you or why they might be accepting you, depending on the profile I find. So, without further ado, let's do this review for Leonardo. Leonardo described himself as a full stack developer, and it was Go, Python or PHP on the back end with React on the front end. So let's get on with it. First things first, one of my favourites, no banner image. We could have used this space to define ourselves a bit more clearly if we wanted to. Why waste all that screen real estate? Secondly, the headline. Profile picture's good. It'd be better if it had your face in it, but we're nitpicking really. Headline. Software engineer. Back-end engineer. So we've dropped the full stack from what you told me when you filled out the form. So back-end engineer. Microservices, great. Love that. Go, Python, PHP. So this is the common problem. Senior developers often do this, where they say, I can do anything. I can do a bunch of different languages. And I say, that's great. But it's kind of like when you're advising someone about SEO or, finding your product. People are rarely searching for something that does everything, or someone that does everything. They're searching for an answer to a job specification in this instance. It's like when you're searching for an electrician, you don't search for tradesperson and then filter from there. You search for electrician. So usually they're going to be trying to find someone who's a Go developer or a Python developer or a PHP developer. Now, everyone has multiple skill sets. So to answer those people who are now crying and screaming at me through their screen saying, oh, I can do anything. What happens in recruitment world, because this is against the clock. Now, I might have 1,000 applicants to a role here. So I'm against the clock because I want to get my developer in front of that client before any of the competitors do, so that I can get paid, right? That's the game. So in this instance, if I jump into an interview and go, right, I've got this great PHP role, and you say, oh yeah, I used to do PHP, I'm not really interested anymore, I want Go roles or Python roles, then I'm immediately going to pull my hair out and scream, because I need to get you off the call as fast as possible. I need to get back to interviewing. I've only got so many interview slots. Those first 3 days usually are the crunch period. And similarly, if it was the other way around on the tech. So I need to know that you can do this and you want to do this just by looking at your profile. Otherwise, I'm taking a leap of faith. And that sometimes happens, but if there are other options, they'll go with more clear options because it's a safer bet. So be very careful about how you align yourself. Now, you can list multiple different languages and technologies, but the burden of proof now is upon you to show that you can do them and that you are interested in doing them. So in the back of my mind now, I'm thinking, this is great, this is great, this is great, yeah, and you want to be a product manager. So now I'm thinking, oh, you don't want to code anymore. So this is an interesting thing. That might eliminate you at this stage or put you down the pecking order in terms of interview priority. But I'm going to go, okay, if we're searching for Go, let's see what you've got in Go, and then same for the other languages. So I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind, that it's always unclear. So if we move from there straight down to activity, we'll open that so we can look back at it later. The About section. I've gained extensive hands-on experience utilising the following skills in production: Go, gRPC, PHP, Laravel, Nginx, Linux. So it's all solid stuff. JavaScript, jQuery, currently exploring Kubernetes in depth, and then the other bit afterwards. So I'm loving this. The values first. Again, we're down to, do you want to do Go? Do you want to do PHP? We didn't mention Python here. We didn't mention React. So that's part of an issue. So then on the experience, personal goal, pursuit, career break, okay, worked on the final project to obtain my degree, which was PHP and Laravel, okay, so is that where you want to go? That's what's happening in my head. You want to be a PHP developer, great. And then I moved back to the previous experience, and there's PHP, Laravel, great, so yeah, it's all, the most recent year is PHP. So that's what I'm thinking you want to do. Oh, then you've got experience coming through to May 2022. So this was in Go. So you've got some experience in both, but I'm not sure which one takes your fancy, which one you want to focus on. And then freelance stuff before that, some React, Python, React, PHP. So I'm getting the idea that you can probably do a bunch of stuff. And there's 6 years of this, but to what level? If you've gone back to study afterwards, I'd be thinking, looking pretty good, but I'm on the fence in terms of, do I want to send you forward for an interview at this stage? So now I'm thinking, let's go and find supporting information. What do you talk about? So it's a repost. I'm looking for a new role, and there's nothing more to go on. So we're not going to get it from the activity. We've got a GitHub. Have we got anything else? No. So we've got a GitHub is going to be the deal clincher, hopefully. Name, profile picture matches, no bio. So it doesn't tell us any more about what you want to do. I'm a goal-oriented person, blah, 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 blah. Skipping through, trying to look for any indication of what you want to do. You're listing them all again. So Go, Python, PHP, Laravel, C++, and front end in React. Okay, so we go down to the pinned, it's Go, Python, Go. So now I'm thinking you don't want to do PHP, you want to do Go and Python, or those are your best examples of your work. And you were coding for a while and then it all stopped, guessing because you went back to finishing your final project. Okay. And I can get to LinkedIn from here, that's great. So let's have a look in chronological order. What are you working on? So your latest stuff, HackerRank stuff, you're doing in Go. But then back, so you haven't done PHP since August, or at least not here. Maybe on your final project you were doing that. Then it was C++, Python. I don't know what all these things are doing because there's no descriptions. And then it's Go. So Go is winning the battle here. But I think you can see where I'm going. It's hard for me to decipher not just what you're skilled at, but what you're interested in doing. And if I was a recruiter, I'd be nervous about jumping into the interview in case during that time you tell me you're not interested in that sort of role, or you don't want full stack anymore, you just want to do back end because it all seems to be back end focused here, vice versa. So there's a lot of unknowns, and I think this is where you should be using this space to confirm what you want. You should be talking about it in your activity. I'm sure there's a ton of experience that you gained in all these jobs and things that you've done. We should be talking about this, unpacking this, showcasing how good you are with React. Maybe you could talk about something you've done in PHP and compare how that would be done in Python or Go. Which one are you moving towards? Which one do you like? What are the merits of each one? You have a ton of skills that you could unpack, but at the minute you're just hoping that having a few buzzwords here and there is going to seal the deal. At the minute, I'd be on the fence, just because I can't see it, and even though you got professional experience here, I'm thinking, well, you went back to finish your course, so I'm putting you back to the start. You've tested out a bunch of different languages, but I'm not sure which one you've got depth in, which one you want to pursue in the future. As always, I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just trying to show you what a recruiter might be thinking as they look at your profile. If you've got any questions, please do reach out and ask. If anyone else would like a profile review, please visit pushing.digital. And here you will see a profile review button. Fill in the form and I'll get to you as soon as possible. There's a Q&A session every Friday, which you can link to the calendar so you can find that event. That's free, and we talk about all these things like LinkedIn, GitHub, portfolio websites, resumes, networking, job search and more. If you really want to dig deep, there's my full course here, or you can do self-study where you can read the book or do it in video format, and there's other things like LinkedIn checklists, GitHub checklists, tons of stuff for you to explore. Hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next review. Take it easy.